Yes, it's a big topic, but I would say that sanction itself, and not alone, but a lot more than that behind. I'll explain it a little bit. So it's easy. It's relatively easier to see that sanctions imposed on countries like Burma, countries like Venezuela, and perhaps Belarus, but it's harder and harder to see sanctions over Hong Kong and China. And we have a very simple reason behind that, because it's a lot of economic interest and business opportunities. And so countries need to protect their economic interests. They need to continue to trade with China and invest in Hong Kong as an international finance center. They cannot just cut tie overnight. So what's behind sanctions? Before we have sanctions, how do we persuade parliaments in democracies that human rights and value of freedom weighs a lot more than economic interest and trade? So this can only be done by expanding our stake overseas, as I mentioned. So to influence, to work on advocacy in civil society level, so that nationals and the general public and people in democracies, in free countries, influence their parliamentarians, and that parliamentarians influence their cabinets, and that's how sanctions can be done. Sanctions may not take effect overnight, and especially to places like Hong Kong. So business goes on, and but then sanction is important because it puts free countries together, reassure each other that we join hands together in long term, in a long fight against authoritarianism. So it is important that in the long run, these dictators and human rights abusers are put into a boycott, put into isolation, and in the long run, I believe that's our way to victory. So hope is important. Keeping the people's spirit high is important. Solidarity is important. So I would say there are different tools, and so but sanction is a form, and solidarity is the spirit that sustains it.